Now, when we're adding numbers, one way you can think about it is if the numbers are the same sign, add the absolute value of that number and then keep the sign. What? All right, well, for example, negative 11 plus negative 15. We can look at that as the absolute value of negative 11 plus the absolute value of negative 15. Absolute value, distance from 0, which was 11. Negative 15, the absolute value, negative 15 was positive 15. Add those together, we get 26. And then we notice that both of these were negative. So we'll keep the sign and make that a negative 26. So one way when I'm looking at negative 11 plus negative 15, I'm adding their absolute values and then keeping their sign. So let's look at this one we discovered was negative 26, negative 0.2, and negative 0.8. Well, we can look at their absolute values. Absolute value of negative 0.2 is 0.2. Absolute value of negative 0.8 is 0.8. So add those together, I get 1.0, and then I'll keep the sign. And then lastly with fractions, doesn't change. Doesn't matter if it's a decimal, a regular number, or a fraction. But on fractions, obviously, we got to get, yeah, you're right, common denominators. So let's work with that as well. Looks like the common denominator is going to be a 4. So I have negative 3/4 plus negative 2/4. With fractions, I may add them top to top if the denominators are the same. So this becomes negative 3 plus a negative 2 over a 4. And then the absolute value of negative 3 and negative 2 is 5. So that becomes 5/4. With the negative signs now, since both of these are negative, I carry on with the negative. So that's just another way when you're thinking about how to add real numbers. If both of the signs are the same, add the absolute value of each of those terms and then carry the sign over. Or if you want to continue thinking about as this is as gains and losses, I lost 11 plus I lost another 15. I've lost negative 26 or I've lost 26 total. Both of those ways I hope you can find helpful as you understand and start to process how we're adding numbers that are both positive and negative together.